Hallo allemaal, welkom bij Dutch&Go. Today I'm going to talk about Google Translate and why you should never ever use it when you're studying a language. Oh my god, I've heard this so many times from students. Yeah, so like, what are you using as a dictionary? I'm using Google Translate. Yeah, except for the fact that Google Translate is not a dictionary. And today I want to explain to you why you shouldn't use it, and if you really wanted to use it, in which case you could use it, hypothetically, maybe, if necessary. Let's go. So, first reason not to use it, it's not developed as a study tool, okay? It's not even developed as a resource tool, okay? It's a translator tool, okay? It's a tool that you can use to translate things with, okay? So basically, when you're studying, imagine you want to learn how to make a pizza, okay? Which you could maybe compare to trying to speak a language. And yeah, so what is going to help you more? Buy the pre-made pizza that Google Translate offers you and put it in the oven and then eat it? Or learn how to make the dough from scratch with all of the different ingredients and make your own tomato sauce and arrange a nice mozzarella to go on top? Well, I think second option is going to result in a much better pizza, and so is the case for Google Translate as well. If you translate a whole sentence from your mother tongue to Google Translate, chances are that yes, you will get a relatively accurate result, but you will have learned nothing in the process, okay? Okay. Second of all, second reason why you should never use Google Translate is there is no why. So like Google Translate might give you a correct translation, but it won't explain to you exactly like why it has chosen that translation and why that one is correct or not, okay? So I think that doesn't make a lot of sense, and that's not going to help you any further. Third reason is it's context-based translation, okay? So Google Translate is quite accurate. I'm not critiquing the capacity, the translation capacity of Google Translate, because I have the impression that it's quite accurate. But however, it's a context-based translation tool. That means that it will look at the other words that are around each other, basically, to derive the possible meaning from each word, okay, in case a word has several meanings, and will translate accordingly and will most likely result in in a sentence that makes sense, okay? However, when it comes to Dutch and probably many other languages as well, what do you do with individual words that can have multiple meanings? So for example, imagine that you want to translate the word zijn into whatever target language, okay? The word zijn. Zijn already can have two different meanings, two very different meanings and functions. First of all, it's to be, and the second one is the possessive pronoun his, okay? Two very different grammatical words. So how are you going to know which one it is? And yeah, how's that even gonna make sense to you? Or look at a word like, for example, haar. Same problem. Can either mean hair or it can mean her, possessive. So all of that stuff, all of these nuances are just things that Google Translate is not built for, okay, to make. And there are so many other examples. For example, Portuguese students of mine, a good example of that is ficar. Like ficar, if you want to translate ficar into Dutch, you would have like 5 or 6 different meanings. So no matter what your target language is or your starting language, okay, depending on situation, that might result into very different words in Google Translate, okay, and you would never understand why Google Translate gives you the option that it does, or which option you should choose in case it gives you multiple. So yeah, that's not really ideal, is it? So that's why in general I would just say avoid using Google Translate when studying, because it's really not a study tool. Rather use a dictionary. I've posted some links to online dictionaries which you could use, and there's even a very cool dictionary of Van Dale NT2, which is a dictionary that was made specifically for you, adult students who are studying Dutch, with simplified Dutch definitions. So it's a Dutch to Dutch dictionary. However, the definitions are simplified, okay? Plus you can see whether the word has de or het. You can see exemplary sentences for each word, And you can hear the Flemish and Dutch pronunciation of each separate word too. So, I mean, that is quite convenient, and the dictionary I would recommend using from maybe A2 onwards, okay? For A1, maybe use a dictionary if you speak English very well, English to Dutch, Dutch to English, from Van Dalen or something else, which I'll be posting down below. Or use a dictionary that you can find in your target language, in the language in your mother tongue that you want to use, okay? Finally, if you want to use Google Translate, well, you could use it to translate letters, lyrics, texts from Dutch. So if you want to have like a general grasp of what maybe a newspaper article is about, or a song lyric, or a letter, or an email that you get into the language in the language that you're studying, and then you want to have like a general idea what that piece of information or that piece of text or whatever is about, then of course you could use Google Translate to translate it to English or whatever language you feel like, just to get like a general grasp of what that text is talking about. Other than that, as a study tool, absolutely avoid it, and I hope this video has clarified why you should. Thank you so much for watching. Google Translate? No. Dutch&Go? Check out the blog, check out the articles, because there's always new information, valuable information, such as, let me see, never use Google Translate. Dag!